Getting out of your head to find clarity. Hey guys, it's John here in the studio. I've got a very long comment here that I want to respond to. And I've seen a lot of people already talking to this person in the comments, and I appreciate everybody's input. I want to read it all the way through. It's a very long comment. And the last word in her comment is the F-bomb, and I'm not going to say the F-bomb, but understand the F-bomb is there. So here we go. I am a female, 57, with the psychological mental anguish of hormonal imbalance. In a nutshell, way too emotional, too in my head, too left brain, and except for going to work, almost completely isolated. Poor sleep in the last 2 years, which have done a number on my emotions, coping skills, etc. Wasn't like that for the first 39 years of my life. The first 39, I wasn't the life of the party. I was the party. Having been through doctors, therapists, experts on this and that and the third, I was raised Roman Apostolic Catholic. I trust nothing. I believe in nothing. I don't have enough personal experience to say there is a God, and I almost envy atheists because they say they know there isn't a God. I don't have either luxury. I like the specific words you use when you pray for manifestation, the I am. I like that. My question to you, and I hope I can get it offered for free. Free is what I can afford at the moment. Most of your talk and synchronicities of manifestation. The way I understand them is based upon you have to believe. And there's my wall. When you know your intellect is not it, when your biology is out of whack, when you desperately would like to grasp a morsel of the faith and believe you and others claim to have, but you can't. How do I manifest when I cannot manufacture faith or believe? I watch these podcasts in awe at the testimonies these fellow humans share, and all without exception have come to the conviction through a personal experience. No one can give it to you. What do I do then? Thanks. I hope you reply. P.S. And by the way, I pray every day to God that there is one. Because if there's no God, I'm effed. Well, first of all, I'm very sorry that you are having this experience. There's a lot in this. The first thing I'm going to say to you is simply exhale. Exhale. Do it again. Relax all the muscles. In this moment, only listen to me. Exhale. Let the muscles fully relax. Right here in this moment, you gave yourself permission to exhale. You gave yourself permission to fully relax. Everything you're talking about in here is fear. It's chosen fear in the present moment. I'm, is the first word, I'm, is a contraction for I am. That is your present moment declaration. I'm a female of 57. This whole thing is choosing to be a victim in the present moment. And I know that sounds really harsh, but it's not meant to sound harsh. It's what you believe about the present moment. I'm a female with psychological mental anguish of hormonal imbalance. I am joyfully receiving perfect health. Two contradictory statements? Sure. Both of them are declaring. Your prayer isn't a method or a modality or technique. Your prayer is what you believe. And I know you say you have a hard time believing. That is also a belief. I am. Now, in your particular case, you have had therapists, doctors, experts, and a church telling you. And then you said, I trust nothing. Exhale. Simply exhale. The only thing you have to trust is yourself. Outside of yourself is trust is developed by results over time, right? Your therapist will tell you all the things in your past and will help you get over all the things in your past. They're focused on your past. They're not in your present. Your doctors will tell you it's the hormonal imbalance, right? And so they've given you another belief. You believe it. It's not that you can't believe. It's that you have chosen to believe different things, and you've chosen to believe what other people have told you to believe. Your church tells you all kinds of things that are fearful and you struggle with. Exhale. Right there, you chose to exhale. I am exhaling. I am relaxing. I am feeling this moment of not thinking about those things. I am joyfully feeling how good this feels to simply exhale and relax. They don't call it the breath of God for no reason. Right there at the bottom of that exhale that you chose to take was the connection to God. God isn't external, God's within. The kingdom of heaven is within you. But you have to acknowledge it by not focusing on fearful things, by not choosing to declare yourself as flawed. All your ailment, all of your struggle is a product of your own personal fears. And the way you break that cycle is anytime you catch yourself saying, I have a psychological mental anguish of hormonal balance, you say, no. I am joyfully receiving health, perfect health. I am living a joyful life surrounded by people I love who love me in return. I am living a joyful life of prosperity. I am living a joyful life. And anytime one of these thoughts, in a nutshell, I'm too emotional. No, I'm not too emotional. I am joyfully. The emotions that I'm feeling in mass is joy and happiness. I don't feel that negative stuff. I am joyfully receiving. You have to consciously tell your subconscious mind it's no longer valid. And the only way you do that is to get very, 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 very present. All healing, all results, all connection with God are two things: present moment and fearless. You have to choose to be fearless. I am joyfully living a life. And when anything comes up that seems contrary, any of that stuff, any of those thoughts that come up that seem contrary, you have to say, not doing that anymore. I am joyfully doing this now. Because right now, what you're doing is you're living in results of what you've been told, and what you've been living in results of what the feelings of your past experiences, and you're even getting to the point where you're questioning whether there is or isn't a God, right? And you're hoping that there isn't one, right? Because, and let me just say this: there isn't an external God. There isn't one. There's an internal God. But when you're constantly looking out and being told from the people on the outside what it is you have, and you're creating labels and definitions for yourself, you're creating the belief and the results of those labels and definitions. The Bible says you must become as a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. You've got to throw away all those beliefs. Because this whole beginning of this thing is, okay, I'm going to list your beliefs. I'm, God's nickname, I am, a female with psychological, mental, hormonal imbalance. 1, I am too emotional. 2 in my head. 3, 2 left brain. 4, completely isolated. 5, I sleep poorly. 6, they've done a number on my emotions, coping skills, etc. 7, I don't have enough personal experience to say there is a God. 8, I don't have the luxury of thinking either there is or isn't a God. 9, I hope it can be offered for free is your belief in lack. There's my wall. 11, when you know your intellect is not it. 12, I cannot manufacture faith or believe. 13, if there is no God, I'm effed. 14. These are all your present moment beliefs and declarations. These are all the things that you're choosing to believe, choosing to put faith in. And I know this sounds hard. Exhale. None of them are valid. Not one of them is valid. Right here in this present moment, you chose to exhale and you chose to feel relaxed. That is the moment of God. Anything that feels opposite to that, tell it, no, not doing that. I am joyfully living forward. Put a period at the end of that part of your life. That part's done. That was that part of your life, but now I am joyfully living forward. Don't live your life saying, this is how life is. Live your life saying, this is how life has been, but now I am joyfully living into perfect health and abundance. I am joyfully the life of the party. I am happily creating. You have to train your mind. I've said this in other videos. There's a Buddhist phrase, life is suffering. But it's a mistranslation. Because when it's translated correctly, it's life is suffering because of our habitual response to our past experience. In your case, you're not letting it be a past experience. You're letting it be an ongoing experience by choosing 14 beliefs that are limiting and lacking. Those are beliefs. That was you believing it. You manifested those beliefs into your experiences, which is why you feel effed. Now, cool. Be proud of the fact that you were able to manifest that much stuff. Now, in this next moment, choose to manifest exactly the opposite. I am joyfully receiving perfect health. And the more you exhale, I'm going to be honest with you, the more you take a breathing break, the more calm your mind will become, the more easier you'll sleep at night. Before you go to bed at night, I am joyfully receiving 8 solid hours of sleep. Declare it. Exhale. And watch you wake up with many more hours sleep than you did the night before. Just start, and trust. Let's talk about trust. Trust is developed by results over time. Start with sleep. I am joyfully, easily receiving 8 hours of restful sleep. Exhale, lay down. Start noticing that your clock seems to be clocking you at more hours of sleep than you've had before. Start acknowledging that. I slept 7 solid hours last night. Oh my, I'm going to sleep for 8 tonight then. 8 hours of solid sleep. I'm sleeping for 8 hours of solid sleep. Look at the goosebumps rising, right? They're rising all over my arms, right? Because the more I think about this, the more I'm like, I am doing this. It's not about an esoteric prayer. It's not about praying to an external God. It's about, what do you believe? And you're great at believing. You're believing all these terrible things, right? Just decide that I'm not doing that anymore. I am joyfully living forward into perfect health and abundance, being the party, being the party when I arrive. Live into that moment. You're only a couple years younger than me, and I'm living a joyful, happy life because I'm choosing it. Now let's talk about that. My back was broken. I was told 6 years ago I had spots all through my lungs, right? I said, I'm not doing that. I am receiving perfect health, and I received perfect health. I am becoming a stuntman. I became a stuntman. It comes down to you getting mad. I'm done with that stuff. I am joyfully living into this. And that other stuff is just ridiculously silly. And the more you think of it that way, the more you can negate it. Because right now you're living inside of that fear. And until you label it as fear itself, you have no control over it. You have to say, that's just fear coming up in my experience. And I am no longer living that. I am joyfully living a life of incredible experiences and parties and abundance and health and long nights of sleep. It comes back to you letting go of these 14 negative present moment beliefs and replacing them with positive present moment beliefs. It's not about having an esoteric faith. It's about making a choice and not accepting anything less. So stop thinking of it as a religious prayer or an affirmation or any of that. You just say, this moment I am doing this. I'm God's nickname. Let me reframe your whole thing. I am a 57-year-old female who is living with clarity of mind. I have beautiful emotions of love and compassion. I get to experience all of the world without judging it or getting in my head about it. I'm reaching out into new tribes of people and creating new friends and being surrounded by people I love who love me in return. I sleep long and beautiful, restful nights every night. No matter what the doctors or anybody else have said, I am joyfully living into perfect health. God is found within me, and I don't need anybody else to tell me where he is because he's right there. He/she. I am part of the oneness of God, and I am worthy because I am part of God. And I am abundant because of the fact that I know that the universe provides for me whatever I ask and whatever I believe because I've proven that I'm a good believer. It's just a matter of believing in receiving that beautiful abundance. And now I am joyfully receiving that beautiful abundance. And because God is within me, I am not effed. I am joyfully living life because I know that I don't have to trust anybody else because there's nothing else to trust. There's just me and my oneness with God expressing outward as opposed to being affected by what's coming inward from others. You have that ability, but it starts small. Start with sleep. Sleep's the easiest one because the Dalai Lama said the best meditation is sleep. So start with tonight I am joyfully receiving 8 hours of restful sleep and exhale. Relax your muscles and start clocking how many hours of sleep you're getting. And you'll be surprised because you have declared something. And that will give you trust that you can declare and receive. And the more, and that trust that develops, it grows into leaps and bounds very quickly. It's a very quick process because once you start to see results come faster. And it's going to start, in your case, with something that doesn't cost you a dime. It's going to start with extra hours of sleep. But you know what extra hours of sleep will do? It'll clear your mind. So it's starting that ball rolling for creation. It's already going on to the next level of mental anguish, right? It's not anguish, it's joyful clarity of the mind will come with restful sleep. So you start that process with sleep, and you'll get there. I have complete faith in you, and I know that everybody in this community has complete faith in you. But it's a matter of you letting go of those 14 present moment beliefs that you're carrying, and one at a time say, not doing that anymore, I am doing this. And then whenever it pops up, it's going to keep popping up because that's the way subconscious beliefs work. But the more you say no and shift back, the less they come. So you're literally changing your subconscious mind. And that's the biggest issue you're having right now, is your subconscious mind. They're telling you how bad things are, and you're living in the victimhood of the subconscious mind. Well, you're the creator of your experience. That was that part of your life. This is this part of your life. Why don't you write a comedy instead of a tragedy? Live into a joyful, happy life. I am living a joyful, happy life. And when something comes up and says you're not, say, screw you, F that, right? You push that aside. Not doing that anymore. I am doing this. That was that part of my life. Now I am an achiever who's abundant with clarity of mind, easy sleep, and who has amazing friends surrounding, and I'm always the life of the party. That's the belief. And anytime any of those other thoughts come into your mind, say no. Tell it no. And then go, I am joyfully receiving, happily creating. It really comes down to you taking control of that thought. There's nothing on the outside of you that's going to do it for you. You have to take the time to say, that part of my life is done. Start with a clean slate. The Bible would say be born again, which only means start again without all your past beliefs. Become as a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. Children don't have those beliefs because they weren't given them yet. So you choose your beliefs, and you live into the beliefs you've chosen, and you'll receive the life you desire. I hope that really helps you. This is the answer I have, and you have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.